It's the recovery session on this week's episode of A Beer and a Bet, and George, the new assistant trainer, jumps in to say g'day. That and much, much more on this episode of A Beer and a Bet. Yes, hello, welcome to A Beer and a Bet, the recovery episode. What was Gong Day, Beery? Wow.
It was out of control. Out of control. I don't even think the socials did it justice. That build up to the punters club was a roller coaster. Um, it started off with an absolute kick in the guts when we had three go back in the midway and stayed back. But I just thought this. I
I
could
think it's
have
still going around.
after the midway. It took so much effort not to just get in the car and drive off and go drive back to Albury, change my number, and start again. It was so bad.
And welcome,
It
George.
sucks so much as a trainer
Yeah,
when
you're
one
right,
goes,
mate,
oh,
you go.
sorry, yeah, Big Georgie Carpenter, before I get deep into my rants.
Yeah, before we get on the couch, we'll introduce George, new assistant trainer. Welcome, George Carpenter to the team. How are you, mate?
Yeah, really good, thanks.
You have to
No
speak
need
up,
to yell,
mate.
George, mate.
You're
It's just
really going to have to be more powerful, George. Big, strong. Get into it.
next
George,
to
you
Big
come.
Beery's decibels.
Yeah, you come to Kembla via Queensland, Sunshine Coast. Is that right?
Yeah, trained at Caloundra there for about 12 months, and then got in touch with Beery, and decided to move down.
He found me.
I like that. It's like Tinder for trainers. That's cute. That's cute.
I'll settle
Georgie,
down.
you're out.
Geez,
You're
wouldn't
out.
that be? Wouldn't that be a putrid pool of people ever if it was just like a racing Tinder? That's pretty much they just call that track work.
Oh, mate. We won't go. We will not go down that rabbit hole. Hey, Georgie, Sunshine
Oh, you
Coast, you're
wanted
up
to
there
go
doing a
there.
bit of training yourself. Obviously, had a gutful of that. Wanted to come down and join Team Beer. Give us a bit of a rundown, as loudly as you possibly can, about your career to date.
Yeah, I had about 15 runners, a couple of winners there, so it was really good. But just basically focused on just buying tried horses and just getting the best out of them in a small environment with being hands on. So that was sort of the plan. But yeah, it was successful in that aspect. But just wanted to sort of expand and have a bigger platform one day. So I just sort of thought this was the best way to do it. And wrapped to be here. Really good.
I had a good chat to George before he came down. George came down about a month ago for a week, and surprisingly enough came back. But I had a good chat to George about um, you know in this day and age of these mega stables and like anything, you start at the top and the big trainers getting so much bigger. But what that does is it makes the smaller trainers and the trainers starting out even harder
Yeah.
because to attract support and to attract new owners, it's harder and harder without building a bit of a name for yourself. And it's a double-edged sword. The only way you get that when you're training is to get support. So it's really hard. And I'll explain to sort of George how I worked for Jason Warren for a really long time and sort of got to know everyone, owners and industry and that sort of thing. And we're pretty much in a training partnership for 2 or 3 years without it sort of being official. So people know who you are when you go out. And it's really hard for young people that do a heap of work behind the scenes. And if they're not the one on TV, if they're not the one getting interviewed as the assistant trainer, and if they're not the one at the sales, then people just have no idea who they are, regardless of their ability and their willingness to go and have a crack and be a racehorse trainer. So it's good for George to get down here and team up with us and get his name out there as well, and help propel his career.
George, how's the back? Looks like you've been sleeping on the floor, mate. Your bed's up the wrong way up. Doesn't look good. What's going on there?
No, we just haven't finalised cleaning up.
You're gonna have to yell, Georgie. You're gonna have to
He's
yell.
had a welcome shock. He's had a real welcome shock to it's like come down and like he's moved in with me and it's like, oh, like this is it. Like this is what working hard gets you.
Yeah,
I'm
I got
out.
a couple of words of advice. Buy your own kettle because Beery cooks hot dogs in the kettle. So just be really
There was
wary of
one
that.
time, mate. There's one time, and he's fucking hung up on it so bad.
I'm hung up on it. The Irish boys, they all moved out after that. A disaster.
Mate, if I open the air fryer in here one more time, and there's just like a chicken nugget that looks like it's 9 years old, it's like just curled up and like, oh man,
Speaking
I'm
of which,
bad, but they're
have you tried, George? You might be into this because you're fit and strong. You're on the waters. You don't do Pepsi Max, none of that artificial garbage. Have you tried the air fryer with eggs? So you put the eggs in the air fryer for 7 minutes, then you put them in a little bowl of water for 2 minutes. Some
it's not
clearly haven't.
he's not
Some of
well.
the best poached eggs you've ever had.
Yeah, right.
We're like, when they say, that a good healthy relationship is like the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
I don't know which is the fat to generate, whether that's yin or yang, but it's like a perfect mix because George, like, he's on the waters, he's zooming around, he's epitome of health and fitness, and then there's just the complete opposite, which is me. It's great.
There's going to be a period of time where that gets to you. I think, like, at the moment, it's great. But if George continues to be like obscenely healthy, fit, looks good with his shirt off, I think there might be a point in time where you might have to pivot and get on the man shake.
Mate, stop bringing up every episode you bring up the man shake. It's
We're looking
starting
for
to
sponsors,
really.
mate. It's called placement.
I'm not. No, they're not sponsoring us. I don't want nothing to do with them. People should be proud, big and proud. What's the opposite to man shake? Hungry Jacks. Get them on.
They're
Message
talking to
them.
her yesterday. You were going to Hungry Jack's or the local chicken shop, and I was on a great blow up. She got cut off by a Uber driver who took your car spot.
Oh, mate.
Oh,
Yeah.
should have heard him.
I waited patiently. This is how the they busted the washing machine here. So I'm glad to go to the laundromat yesterday, right? 36 years old, taking my laundry down to the laundromat.
Yeah.
So I put it in there, and then I go to this good chicken shop. Very busy, very hard to get a park, right?
Yeah.
But I was waiting, I was patient, I was very hungry, it was hot, mind you. And this little Uber Eats man just zoomed straight in while I was on the phone to you, and I went proper. I actually,
Mate, I've been waiting for that
uh,
spot for ages.
uh, uh, there was a few profanity. I completely forgot I was on the phone. I just went into this full rage thing. But he backed out. I won. He backed out bad.
That's so good.
Then I had to go stand next to him in there. But because I was the dominant one, it was him that was feeling the shame. And I think he was on his phone, but in my mind, I was just pretending that he was on his phone because he scared me.
I can't wait for him to deliver you Uber Eats next week, and it'll just be an absolute mess.
Yeah. Yeah, we meet again. It's not a big place, Wollongong. We will meet again.
You will meet again, fighting out at the chicken shop. Righto, the Gong was a huge day. Georgie, what did you make of the day? It was obviously your first experience down, I'd imagine, down at Kembla Grange. I think there's about 7,000 people there. Felt like there was 20. How did you find the day, mate?
Yeah, it was excellent. It was a really good day. We went to Gong on the Friday, which was great, and then obviously headed over there to Campbell on Saturday. But yeah, the weather was fantastic, and yeah, the vibes were very high.
Love that. Vibes were high. I think we have to start selling tickets
Vibes.
in January. Yeah, vibes.
You can tell he's 25.
Yeah.
The vibe. Yeah.
Oh, too good.
And
Punters Club was good, boys. Feedback was all right. I tell you what, I was in a world of trouble. I started off slow, and I'm pretty used to copying abuse from punters, but I had a few rev ups, a few people coming up saying, "You're going no good. You're no good. You think you're good. You're not that good." We showed them.
can I just say, I I gave you the greatest leg up on. I just let you have your moment on Saturday.
Hang
I
on,
let you have it. That's
George. After the novelist gets up, who's on the table chanting his own name?
yeah. Okay,
Theory,
right.
theory.
You
did
that did
nothing.
happen.
You did
That
nothing.
did happen. Mate, I just stormed it. I said I want to have one bet for a whole day. The novelist, please.
Oh, get out.
Um,
Get out. You
you
know
know
what's worse? I'm going to bring this up now. Sorry, I'm sorry to interrupt you.
oh,
You are the boss.
he loves
I,
airing dirty laundry.
I asked you to have a double on Gringotts into the novelist. for 1,000.
Yeah, Warren Woodcock wouldn't let me. He said he's not allowed to do doubles.
And now you're claiming that the novelist is yours. It's still too much. I can't do
I'll
it.
tell you what, we bash a lot of bookmakers and corporates and things. It's one thing that we love doing. Warren Woodcock gets 3 votes.
Yeah. Best on ground.
He took every bet from the punters club.
Yep.
He paid out, 20-something thousand in cash, absolutely stripped him out, and then packed up his stand while we were chanting at him, packing up his stand, went to his car and got everyone Warren Woodcock bookmaking hats and came into the market and started handing them out. One of the greatest bookmaking performances I've ever seen. He just copped it with a smile. So for anyone out there, the next time you go to the races, you find Warren Woodcock and you bet with him because he's a good man.
And that car was a Ferrari. No real line. No real
Yeah, he won on the day. There's no way he didn't win on the day. No way.
He's not
now,
struggling.
Gano,
Yeah.
I know you host this show. I know you host this show, right?
Yeah.
But
from time to time.
Next Thursday, live from Hong Kong.
Oh. Do you get an invite, George?
You'll still be in your house.
Nah.
That's why he's here. I needed someone to cover me for a week. I'm gonna arsehole him when I get back.
Yeah, he'd be rissoled. Sorry, see you, mate. Talk me through it. What's happening in Hong Kong?
Australian racing tours. Well, they just got this thing called the international meeting, and teamed up with Australian racing tours. We're there. Fly out Monday. Got to get settled in, and that obviously prepare myself. But yeah, Thursday will be live. Will be track work. Will be at track work. Breakfast with the stars. I hope they have the same cuisine for breakfast as they do for the rest of the day. I'm not going over there and having scrambled eggs. I want rice,
breakfast, lunch, and
dumplings.
Dinner. Yeah,
24/7.
So the Gold Coast star setup.
Yeah, remember when I told you how we had to stay at that hotel at the Gold Coast because they do Chinese buffet breakfast, and you didn't believe me, and then you walked in, you're like, oh my God. I'm like, I only stay here. Full dumpling noodle setup from 7 a.m.
Unbelievable.
It's funny because most of the time I'm getting like a sesame prawn from the food court at 2 a.m. and then I'm back there. I'm back there from the morning.
We've got an intruder, do we?
Yeah, James just actually organised some important work instead of us just talking about dumplings.
Fair point you make. So business class, first class, obviously won't be in cattle class.
I'll be closer to the pointy end, I'd say. I wouldn't say I'm right at the front, but I'll be close to the pointy end. There better be pajamas come with my ticket. That's when you know. If there's no pajamas with the ticket, I'm out.
Just let them know who you are.
Doing it.
George, you ever flown first class or business class, mate?
Business class once.
Oh, surrounded by bloody
that'd be last as well.
Yeah,
I portray this degenerate, like, I don't care, but then I'm so precious.
You are, aren't you?
It ruins it as well because you can never go back.
Yeah, well, fortunately, I never had the opportunity, but such is life.
I'll tell you once I flew home from New Zealand, and it was a Monday in the middle of winter. It was just right in that break of COVID. Remember when they opened up the borders a little bit?
Yeah.
And
don't get me
started. I flew home from Albury on the pointy end from New Zealand, and I had 5 runners, and I'm like, put on a heap of bets, multis. I was so keen on a few of them. Everything's great. Get in there, no Wi-Fi.
In business class?
At the pointy end. Oh. It was down.
You know what? So you deserve that.
I'm freaking. I got like 5 runners, like all of them. My mate sitting next to me, I couldn't relax. And the lady thought I was like a nervous flyer. Right? And she's coming over. She's like, oh, it's okay. I'm like, listen, love, you don't understand. Right? The next month of my life is hinged on the next 3 hours. And I just got to sit here watching fucking Jumanji. Right? I said, I need results. Someone on this plane's got to get me some results. Right?
Yeah.
Nothing. So I'm trying to turn my phone on as soon as I can see land and that. And next minute my phone just lights up. You beauty, yes. How good was that? Bang bang. Trained to treble and I won 14 grand.
Wow. Wild.
Yeah. I don't know what
Wild.
happened to that 14 grand, but it was a great day. So I got off the plane,
Pumped.
got the Rex back to Aubrey,
Yeah.
and went straight to the Astor, and that's probably where the 14
That's where
grand
the
went. But
14,000 went.
it was one of the best days. It was one of the best days of my life, but that was the worst 3 hours of my life.
Nothing worse. But hey, the excitement of opening the phone, winning 14,000, something, training a treble, second to that. Bryson DeChambeau's doing his best work. Georgie, you would have seen that. Beery's all over it. Wow, he finally got his hole in one this morning.
Yeah, he texted me this morning with a little target emoji. Just how good.
Beery,
How
love it.
many? What's your hole in one count, Gunnar?
A bit 7, I'd say, about that.
7?
I don't play enough golf. Should be about 100 if I played more.
That's unreal.
Seven's good.
Mate, there's
I got one.
blokes at the golf course with like 30.
Yeah, they
Obviously play
suck.
4 times a week.
I had one, and in when I was playing pennant as a kid,
Yeah,
um, and I had a shot on the other bloke, and I like aced it. I was running around, and he just like was giving me nothing,
yeah.
and he's like, "Should I even tee off?" And I just looked at him and said, "No,
But
no, you shouldn't, because
maths
you're
suggests you can't
gonzo."
win here. That's good.
And you know what? Later in the year, that same team, Gano,
Yeah.
he the same kid on that team beat me in the last game of pennant, walking up, we're all square, walking up the last hole par five. This little left-handed kid from Craigieburn hit driver off the deck in his second shot and put it in the hole for an albatross, and we lost the year. And I was playing against him. It was on the back page of the Herald Sun, and that's when I started. That's when I went home and said to my dad, "Can you get me a job with the horses? I'm done with golf."
Nick O'Hearn did have a good career, though. He took down Tiger a few times, mate, so you can't take too much.
But
Too much disappointment.
about 6 or 7 years later, on a Sunday afternoon, I walked into the Craigieburn golf course and he was cleaning the carts out the back. And I went, suck shit.
Yeah, take that.
You're
Turret
nothing.
shield, whatever that garbage was.
You
We're gonna see a version from you. You're gonna try and. I've seen you chipping. Probably maybe want to work on maybe on a 60-meter shot. I think you're gonna chip one over. You might blade a few.
Mate, if I started chipping balls over this house, racing New South Wales would remove me, like evict me from these stables.
Yeah. Maybe chip one over George.
Mate, you wouldn't want to hit him. It'd come back at you. Oh, it's like a brick, that bloke.
Rock solid. Righto, well, you come up with one. I want to see it.
Righto, I can do that. Now, I've got to come up with a winner. That's what I've got to come up with.
You boys need to talk louder into the microphones. It's failing.
I've got to come up with
to our audio audience.
We've got to come up with a winner. That's what we need.
Righto, Lightly Sparkle goes to Canterbury. Race 3 draws well. Spriggsy aboard. Talk to me.
Well, she's also going to be in here on Saturday and Newcastle on Sunday. She's ready to win, so I've spread the spider web far and wide, and then wherever you tell me to run her, I'll run her because she's ready to win.
Thanks, Peter Parker.
And old Greg goes to the same meeting. We've just had a bit of a chat about it, and we're looking like Friday night over Saturday. He only has to go 1 centimetre better than his last start at Canterbury, and he wins.
Yeah, and bit of rain around. Plenty of those horses duly accepted. The field will fall apart, and hopefully we go, as you said, 1 centimetre closer. King Frankel, Rose Hill, plenty of rain, about 10 to 50 mil forecast.
He'll love it. He's got a great heavy track, soft track record. It's not far from Caulfield Cup. I thought that race would just be this average little listed race. It's insane. It's so good. I thought he was a sneaky good run first up. Wasn't expecting to hit such a strong race. He'll need to bring his absolute best, but he'll just keep running into form. And early into the new year, when he gets out to sort of 2,400 meters plus, he'll be really ready to win. I liked him first up. I really did.
Who's riding him?
We are not sure.
It's going to make it hard.
Very hard to find someone at the weights. So we thought we'd just hold off. There's a lot of horses that I think will scratch when the rain comes, and we can snap up someone decent.
Righto, righto. We're going to go Kemba Grange, race one, Zipperless, Hurricane Thunder, Sesame Timbers.
Zipperless is going to have the week off. He had a little bit of snotty nose. George, the eagle-eyed George said no. So we'll wait with him.
Put
Those
him in the
two,
sauna,
yeah.
a bit of fasting, intermittent fasting, George. Is that sort of the... Nah, Joe.
We could put him in one of your cold baths.
Hey.
I text him on Sunday and was like, mate, how you feeling? How this and that. He just sent me a photo of this ice bath. And I was like,
This was a recent investment.
What is that?
that's an ankle monitor. So what happens in this state is you get charged with something. Yeah, that's on the wrist or the ankle. So
Do you remember on the
anyway,
Gold
don't
Coast?
be embarrassed.
Remember the story about the Gold Coast? No, we probably don't go there. Do we go there?
No, we can say. No,
Yeah,
we
you
can
go.
say.
You
I
go.
was at the Gold Coast. I was at the Cherry Bar at the casino. Surprise. Anyway, I'm ordering a drink, and this girl came over. She's like, "Hey, how you going?" So straight away, alarm bells, because it's a girl for me. I'm good, thanks, and just chatting away and this and that. And I look back, and a couple of mates having a good laugh, and I thought, oh, one of these blokes stitched me up here, because she was pretty attractive. So again, alarm bells. So chatting away, this and that. She's like, "Oh, so you staying here and this and that?" I'm like, "Yeah." And oh my God, something's off here. So I go back to my table and they're all laughing and they're like, "Don't look now." And then I'll turn around, got mini skirt on and the ankle monitor, just in broad daylight.
Loud and proud.
And I thought, I think she might be currently working at this current time. Anyway, her name was Simone. No, I'm joking. I'm joking, but yeah.
Anyway,
rather,
it's a whoop. It's a whoop. So
I would rather wear an ankle monitor than a whoop. There you go. I'll take the ankle monitor every day of the week.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, we're just trying to recover. The ice baths have been in full force. We're trying to pretend like we're 25 again, not 40. Just been an awful, awful week. Head noise, I'm lifting. I'm lifting. Speaking of lifting, we've got a few runners that probably need a lift. Desert Voice, I think that, I think she can lift. And Brazil?
Brazil's not going. He's going to go to Rose Hill for the 1800 next Sunday. Desert Voice, yeah, I was disappointed in her last run. You weren't, so that gives me good confidence because I like her. Her work's good, her trials are good, and she gives me the indication she can win races. So let's get out to a mile, get on speed. I think is key with her.
Might be having a little bet there. Reward with a rose, blessed as Canadian Express next of the runners.
Yeah, they'll all need everything to go their way.
Beautiful. Falkland Network error.
They're going to Sapphire Coast.
Oh, now we're talking. Queen of Drama tried really well.
Yeah, I don't think she can win first up. I think she's a second up mile job on a dry track. I don't mind her at all. I think she's gone better than her form, but she'll need the run first up over 14.
Don't get too upset when we talk about this, but Cream Riser should have won last start. Newcastle,
yep. And I don't want any. I want a dry sort of track for him. Happy to wait a week if they get too much rain. Yeah,
we'll be waiting a week then because it's 50 mil.
It is the coast. You either get 50 mil or none. So we'll just see with Big Creamy.
Righto, you got $200 to spend. I'll give you $200 as well, Georgie. Spend it how you like. It's got to be stable runners for you, George. I don't want you going elsewhere. You've only been there a week. I want to know.
Yeah, can't just be like piling into Gringotts when we have 87 runners.
Gangots.
I'll let George have a thing because I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. I'm having 100 on Lightly Sparkled wherever it goes.
Beautiful.
Right?
Yep.
And then I'm going to have 50 on Sesame Timbers. And I'm also going to have 50 on Network Error at the Sapphire Coast on Monday. And I haven't seen barriers or nothing.
Yep. I have 100 on network error. Like the horse more than you. Not so much the owner.
I'll sell you a share.
Love the horse.
How much do you like it? Put a monetary value on how much you like it.
We'll talk offline. And I'll have 50 each way Desert Voice.
Oh, it'll be 50-1.
Won't stop
Oh,
me.
look at
Georgie.
oh, big George.
I'll have 100.
Nice and loud, Georgie, because Beery takes all the microphone attention off you.
I'll have 100 on Lightly Sparkled wherever it goes, and 50 each way on the old boy, Old Greg.
Hey.
Yeah. Now, just for those of you that constantly and enjoy getting in contact with the stable, George's email is george@mitchburacing.com.
Yes.
That's GEORG at mitchburacing.com. So please write that down. And his phone number will be at the bottom of this screen as well.
Beautiful.
All complaints and queries.
Well, you'll be busy, man, George. If you're not busy enough already picking up the pieces, you'll be very, very busy on the phone. We're going to finish off real simple. Georgie, what are the 1%ers you're going to pick up and improve? What are you going to do? Talk me through it. Give us a little bit of elevator pitch on the way out. Are you going to get the Equimeter on for me every week?
Yeah, we had the meeting yesterday. We're on.
We left you out there.
It's all right. More than happy as long as it's on. What else we got?
Yeah, we got the Equimeter. That'll kick off Saturday morning. We sorted out an ice machine, so we're gonna rip into that.
Oh,
The frozen water.
It's okay now, is it?
We're not laying in the fucking shit.
Yeah. What else we got?
Yeah, and then we just got we got a few little small things like massage guns, that type of thing. Just that sort of small stuff.
For the horses,
anything that helps. Yeah, anything that helps me get through a morning.
Unbelievable.
Georgie's all over it. And it's great to have George down, but he does complement some of the really good people that we've got here already. So
yeah.
It's great to have a nice team of horses building, but it's also great to continuously upgrade and improve the people that are dealing with them as well. So it's exciting times.
Can the owners
now we just got to get a good form analyst and we'll be away.
Yeah, spot on. I hear Nick Foot's available.
Actually, Dean Watling gave me his number while in the marquee on Saturday. So, mate, whatever he's doing, I'll do it for half. I said, well, half of nothing's nothing, mate. So
good luck getting paid. We expect to hear the owners a few updates from Georgie while you're away, or are you going to hog the microphone?
Nah, he's just full deep end. I'm going to Hong Kong next week.
Straight in.
Do not
he's
disturb.
Pretty much having my room. Yeah.
Awesome.
Just he's got the Ranger. He's got my phone diverted to him. He's got $87 in the bank account. Do your best. Welcome
Georgie,
to my life.
You've been copping plenty of abuse around Wollongong after Beery sprayed everybody in his Ranger.
George's like, you're going to leave the business card here when you're in Hong Kong. I'm like, yeah, go for your life.
Nah. Right, that's a beer and a bet. George, welcome aboard, mate. Great to have you. You're a star. Looking forward to it. Have fun in Hong Kong, Beery. Looking forward to it. Make sure you have some noodles, dumplings, something ready to go. I want to review.
Good on you.
Bye for now.